Hey folks, Ryan here. Buckle up because we're diving into some of history's weirdest myths and legends. You know those stories your weird uncle tells after one too many eggnogs? Yeah, those ones. We're talking giant sea monsters, mythical fountains, and blood-sucking creatures that would make Dracula jealous. And yeah, there might be a couple of swear words, so if you're easily offended, well, tough luck. This is the internet, people. We don't sugarcoat things here. We embrace the weird, the wacky, and the downright unbelievable. So grab your tinfoil hats and get ready to explore the fringes of history and folklore. You might just learn something, or at least have a good laugh at humanity's expense. First up, we've got the Kraken. This legendary sea monster has been the subject of countless tales and myths, striking fear into the hearts of sailors for generations. This bad boy makes Jaws look like a goldfish. Imagine a creature so massive that it dwarfs even the largest sea predators, making them look like mere snacks in comparison. We're talking a colossal squid, the size of a small island, with tentacles thicker than a telephone pole. These tentacles are not just for show. They are powerful enough to crush ships and drag them into the abyss. And you thought stepping on a Lego was painful? Imagine getting a hug from this thing. Its grip is so strong that it could easily snap a person in half, making it one of the most feared creatures of the deep. Legends of the Kraken have been around for centuries, haunting the nightmares of sailors from Norway to the Caribbean. These stories often describe the Kraken as a monstrous beast that could appear out of nowhere, causing chaos and destruction. They say this behemoth could drag entire ships to their doom, leaving nothing but splintered wood and terrified screams in its wake. The Kraken's attacks were so sudden and devastating that many ships were lost without a trace. Now, I'm not saying it's true, but I'm also not saying it's not true. The ocean is vast and largely unexplored, and who knows what could be lurking in its depths. I mean, have you ever seen a giant squid? They're pretty damn creepy, even when they're not the size of a cruise ship. These creatures are real, and they give us a glimpse into the mysterious world beneath the waves. Some say the Kraken is just a myth, a story told to scare young sailors straight. But myths often have a basis in reality, and the Kraken could be an exaggerated version of real sea creatures that once roamed the oceans. But others believe it's a real creature lurking in the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean, waiting for its next unsuspecting victim. The idea of a giant predatory squid hiding in the shadows is enough to make anyone think twice about venturing into the open sea. Personally, I'm leaning towards the latter. The ocean is full of mysteries, and the Kraken could very well be one of them. Its existence would explain many of the unexplained shipwrecks and disappearances over the centuries. Because let's be honest, the ocean is a terrifying place. It's a vast, dark, and largely unexplored frontier, teeming with creatures that we can barely comprehend. It's basically Earth's basement, full of creepy crawlies and things that go bump in the night. From bioluminescent fish to giant squids, the ocean is home to some of the most bizarre and terrifying creatures on the planet. So next time you're enjoying a relaxing cruise, just remember there might be a giant squid lurking beneath you, ready to turn your vacation into a seafood buffet. The thought of such a creature lurking in the depths is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. You've been warned. The ocean holds many secrets, and the Kraken might just be one of them. So keep your eyes peeled and your wits about you, because you never know what might be lurking beneath the waves. Next up, we're diving into everyone's favorite fantasy, staying young forever. Imagine a world where age is just a number, and wrinkles are a thing of the past. Sounds like a dream, right? Yeah, I'm talking about the legendary Fountain of Youth, the mythical spring that supposedly grants eternal youth. This enchanting idea has captivated human imagination for centuries, and makes Botox look like child's play. Imagine a single sip that could erase years off your face, no needles required. For centuries, explorers and adventurers have scoured the globe, searching for this elusive fountain. From the dense jungles of South America to the mystical lands of the East, the quest for eternal youth has been relentless. They've braved treacherous jungles, sailed across vast oceans, and probably stepped on a lot of Lego bricks along the way. The journey was perilous, filled with unknown dangers and countless obstacles. But guess what? They never found it. Shocker, right? Despite all their efforts, the Fountain of Youth remains a tantalizing myth, forever out of reach. Turns out drinking from a magical spring doesn't actually stop the aging process. The harsh reality is that no matter how much we wish for it, eternal youth is not something we can bottle up and drink. Who knew? But hey, I get it. We all want to stay young and beautiful forever. The beauty industry thrives on this desire, offering countless products that promise to turn back the clock. Nobody wants to deal with wrinkles, gray hair, and the inevitable realization that our bodies are slowly turning against us. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's a part of life. But here's the thing. Getting old is a privilege. It means you've lived a long life, full of experiences, both good and bad. It's a testament to your journey and the stories you've collected along the way. It means you've learned from your mistakes and hopefully become a slightly less terrible person along the way. Each wrinkle tells a story, each gray hair a badge of honor. So, instead of searching for a magical fountain that doesn't exist, let's embrace the aging process. Let's celebrate the wisdom and grace that come with age. Let's grow old disgracefully, with a twinkle in our eye and a healthy dose of cynicism. Let's laugh at the absurdity of it all and cherish the moments that make life worth living. And if all else fails, there's always Photoshop. Because while we can't stop the clock, we can always have a little fun with it. So here's to aging gracefully or disgracefully and finding joy in every stage of life. After all, it's not the years in your life, but the life in your years that truly matters. Now let's talk about a creature that's a little less cuddly than a giant squid, the chupacabra. This legendary beast has been the subject of countless stories and urban legends, captivating the imaginations of people across the globe. But what exactly is a chupacabra, and why does it inspire such fear and fascination? This thing is like the vampire of the animal kingdom, except instead of charming its victims with seductive accents, it just straight up drains their blood. Imagine waking up to find your livestock mysteriously drained of blood with no clear explanation. It's no wonder that the chupacabra has become a symbol of terror for many farmers. Talk about rude. The chupacabra, which literally translates to goatsucker because even mythical creatures need hobbies, is said to be a hairless, spiky creature with glowing red eyes and a taste for livestock. Its appearance alone is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. Some descriptions even suggest it has a reptilian quality, adding to its eerie and otherworldly aura. Basically, it's the unholy offspring of a rabid dog and a porcupine. Imagine the worst traits of both animals combined into one terrifying creature. Its spiky back and aggressive demeanor make it a formidable predator, and its blood-sucking habits only add to its fearsome reputation. Sightings of this beast have been reported all over the Americas, leaving farmers terrified and their livestock severely anemic. From the rural areas of Puerto Rico to the farmlands of Texas, the chupacabra has left a trail of mystery and fear. Farmers often find their animals with strange puncture wounds and drained of blood, leading to widespread panic and speculation. But despite numerous eyewitness accounts and blurry photos that could easily be mistaken for a hairless chihuahua, the chupacabra remains as elusive as ever. The lack of concrete evidence has only fueled the legend, with many people debating whether the creature is real or just a figment of our collective imagination. Some say it's a real creature, a genetic mutation or a surviving species from prehistoric times. This theory suggests that the chupacabra could be an undiscovered animal that has managed to evade scientific detection. Others believe it might be the result of genetic experiments gone wrong, creating a creature that defies natural explanation. Others believe it's just a case of mistaken identity, with coyotes, dogs, or even escaped hairless cats taking the blame for the chupacabra's blood-sucking shenanigans. This theory is supported by the fact that many reported sightings of the chupacabra resemble known animals suffering from mange or other diseases that cause hair loss and unusual behavior. Whatever the truth may be, one thing's for sure. The chupacabra is one creepy customer. Its legend continues to grow, with new sightings and stories emerging all the time. Whether it's a real creature or just a myth, the chupacabra has cemented its place in the pantheon of cryptid lore. So if you live in an area prone to livestock mutilation and you hear something go bump in the night, maybe just stay inside and binge watch Netflix. After all, it's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to dealing with potential blood-sucking creatures lurking in the dark. It's probably safer that way. And who knows, maybe one day we'll finally uncover the truth behind the chupacabra and put an end to the mystery once and for all. Until then, keep your livestock close and your Netflix subscription closer. Atlantis, the lost city of gold, advanced technology, and questionable fashion choices, probably. This mythical metropolis has captivated imaginations for centuries, inspiring countless books, movies, and conspiracy theories. According to legend, Atlantis was a technologically advanced civilization that existed thousands of years ago. They had it all: flying machines, weapons of unimaginable power, and probably those self-cleaning ovens that everyone wants but nobody can afford. But then, disaster struck. Earthquakes, floods, or maybe even a giant kraken attack, I'm just saying it's a possibility, sent Atlantis sinking beneath the waves, lost to the world forever. Or was it? Some people believe Atlantis is real, hidden somewhere beneath the ocean, just waiting to be rediscovered. They point to ancient texts, underwater ruins, and the fact that we haven't explored every inch of the ocean floor yet. But here's the thing. There's no concrete evidence to support the existence of Atlantis. It's likely just a myth, a cautionary tale about the dangers of hubris and the fleeting nature of power. But hey, a guy can dream, right? Imagine finding Atlantis, uncovering its secrets, and maybe even scoring some of those sweet, sweet Atlantean gadgets. We could finally have flying cars and self-cleaning ovens. The possibilities are endless. Last but not least, we have the Mothman. This creepy critter is like the Batman of the cryptid world, except instead of fighting crime, it just shows up right before disaster strikes. Talk about a buzzkill. The Mothman is described as a large humanoid creature with glowing red eyes and enormous wings like a moth. Basically, it's what you get if you crossed a giant moth with a sleep paralysis demon. Sightings of the Mothman have been reported all over the world, but it's most closely associated with the town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, where it allegedly terrorized the populace in the 1960s. Some believe the Mothman is a harbinger of doom, appearing before disasters like the collapse of the Silver Bridge in 1967. Others think it's just a misidentified sandhill crane, which, to be fair, can look pretty creepy in the right lighting. But whatever the Mothman is, it's definitely earned its place in the pantheon of weird and creepy creatures. So next time you see a giant moth fluttering around your porch light, just remember, it could be the Mothman coming to warn you about the impending apocalypse. Or, it could just be a moth. And there you have it, folks. Some of history's weirdest myths and legends. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button and subscribe for more crazy content. Until next time, stay weird.